hope you've gotten it in this journey for this new year, is that if you can handle people talking about you, maybe you don't deserve the blessing. Because he said he doesn't prepare blessings except your enemies are present. That you ain't never gonna get blessed and somebody don't think they should have got it. But the challenge is that you didn't manufacture it, you didn't cut nobody down, you didn't lie on anybody. I hope so. You didn't trick anybody. And when you've done it the right way, then you're comfortable enough to sit down. Now here's the challenge, is that he took the seat of the Messiah, and when he sat there, Jesus closed the book and gave it back to the priest. That he put it back in trust where it belonged. And the Bible says they were so infuriated that he thought he would help them to realize that he's not the only person that God was calling but couldn't do nothing because people didn't believe the word. That God was up to something, and he's not the only one that God wanted to use mightily to bless the people in his own town. But people didn't believe the word. Let me say this to you. I believe the church is full of people who come to church every Sunday and they don't believe God's going to say something. They don't believe that there's a word from the Lord for them. And because they don't believe it, the word never becomes rhema. It never takes life. It never launches off the page. It never takes feet. Because the words in the Bible mean nothing unless you get it in a faith walking child of God's mouth. That no matter what comes against you, that you can stand on the word. And when you get the word in your mouth and you start to declare some things in your house, then you can start to receive some things that God has in store for you. Someone say, close the book. Close the book. Let me say to you, saints of God, that you have to close the book daily, weekly, monthly, yearly. Some of us can't experience the joy and the blessing of the day because we're still dealing with the chapters that are already gone. Amen. That we're still in yesterday. Let me talk to you that some of you can't enjoy the blessing of this year because you're still talking about what someone did to you in the 60s. Maybe not the 60s, the 70s, and this is 2001. And you said, preacher, that's not me. You know, we talk to people, and I should talk to people. I said, what happened? Well, read back in 72. I was supposed to go to teachers college, and I missed that opportunity. And things in. You trying to tell me that one chapter in the book called your life has stopped you from living? Some of us haven't closed a chapter, much less the book. Some of us still can't stand some cousins because they lie on you when you were in grade 2. I'm talking to Bahamians now. I'm talking to Bahamians. I know my people. That some people will fall out with each other over things they cannot remember why. And are grown adults and still don't talk to each other. And so you've got to know how to close the book on some chapters. There might have been some hurtful chapters in your book, but I've got a good news from heaven. You hear. And the fact that you're here means that you made it through. I got a deeper revelation. You didn't make it by yourself. If it had not been for God who was on your side, pulling you through, keeping you through, and you trying to tell me that the God who brought you through bigger and harder things can bring you through the situation you're dealing with right now, the devil is a... You're too busy in the old chapters. Here's something I learned, that every bridge has a load limit. That they don't let heavy vehicles oh God, cross over certain bridges. Because they break up the integrity of the bridge. In fact, as I was traveling, in some states, before you cross the bridge, you got to go through a weigh center. And if you're too heavy, you got to get light. Else they turn you around. Ask your neighbor if you're too heavy. And I'm not talking about your exterior weight. Okay. Even Bahamas here. I know I picked it on you. Even Bahamas here realize only so much they can take. The other day I was coming and you know, I had something that was on the no-fly list. And they said to me, you better take that to freight. That ain't going on. Now, I ain't talking about drugs now. Some of you are looking at me kind of strange. That they don't fly these things in regular plane. It's too hazardous. And so they sent it to the freight plane. That there's some stuff that can't go with you. Some of us are being hindered from the next place in our journey, not because the road isn't clear, but you're bringing too much stuff with you. Maybe that wasn't a good example, but I was talking this morning, and I asked one of our ship captains, I asked Brother Curry, and I learned this thing, that every ship that is sailed has what they call deck lines. That the ship deck line tells you how deep it could go in the water. And it gets pushed that deep into water because of the weight that is on the boat. But any good captain that has traversed the water know that they ain't letting their boat go too low. They don't care how much you pay. They don't care how much the load is. They don't care where you want to go. They have a certain amount of depth that they could go down and no more. Some of us are carrying some stuff and it's bogging us down. Oh, I wish I could preach to you. It's too early in the year for you to be so lethargic in worship. It's too early in the year for you not to have a praise. You gotta leave some stuff in last year. You gotta get light. Someone said get light, get light. You better stop letting them people put stuff on your ship. Don't let them pass their cargo on your ship. If it ain't your stuff, tell them, buddy, take this with. Tell your neighbor, check your ship, check your ship. You gotta check some friendships. Some of them gotta go this year. Some of them are pure Lord. Some of them are pure parasite. Mosquito ain't got nothing. You know what I'm talking about. Some of these ships gotta go. Some relationships. You don't even want to touch that one. That if they ain't going in the same direction, if they ain't trying to carry their load, I wish I could preach to somebody. If they ain't trying to help you get to where God, tell them, buddy, I love you, but I gotta share this load. And the problem is, the Bible says there are some weights that so easily stop us from getting where God has in store for us. And God got an answer. He didn't say he'll come down and move the weights. He said that you've got to get rid of these weights. You've got to remove these things that are slowing you down. Now here's the thing. A boat can be designed to carry a load and can handle it, but it can't go as fast as a light boat. You hear what I'm saying? If the load is too heavy, it doesn't mean that you ain't going to get there. But here's the question. When? I hear people complain, oh Lord, I could be further along. You know what they're talking about? Weights. that there's some stuff that God never designed for you to carry. In fact, he said, cast all your cares on him so that you could move through treacherous seas. And many of us have gotten to a place that the load is so heavy that you don't know what it is to smile. I know I'm talking to you, that you're so drowning that it's showing in your face. That as you come into church today, you couldn't get a joyful smile on your face because you said to yourself, Rev, you don't know what I'm dealing with. You don't know the struggle. And you said the right thing, what I'm dealing with. You see, if you had a little prayer this morning and you turn it over to God, you would know that you put it in God's hand. There's nothing you could do. The Bible said, which of you by worry can do anything with worry? And so you might as well praise him. I know that sounds a little crazy, but can I tell you that sometimes the antidote to a bad situation is a right attitude? That some of us got a low down attitude. We got an in the dark attitude. And God said, you better light it up, that when you get there, the world should know that God is on you. What's the difference in the God in you and the people of the world? There ought to be something inside of you that lights up the place. But if you're full of darkness and everybody else full of darkness, who's going to show forth the light of Jesus Christ? Everybody has side chapters. Everybody. But you got to close the book. You cannot move forward talking about the sad days. You've got to find some happiness in your story and let it bring a smile to your face. Now, I may be wrong, but every day it's not going to rain. Let me help you with this, that after the rain, the sun will shine again. And the challenge sometimes is some of us can tell the rain story, but we don't know about the sun story. That sometimes you got to tell people, I made it through. That things were tough, but I made it. I didn't know how I was going to put two ends together, but I made it. That the church and the world needs to hear how you made it through. And if you're still going through, tell them that he'll bring me through. That though I'm walking through the valley and the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil because I've got God with me. And when you got God with me, you can say, he walks with me and he talks with me and he tells me I am his own. And the challenge is, if you don't have a relationship with God, then maybe you don't know that everything is going to be just all right. And so some of us are more concerned about our defeats and we don't celebrate our victory. Can I give you this simply as a counselor? Make time to celebrate your success. I know we do it differently in New Destiny. I promise you, don't wait for people to celebrate your birthday. It's my birthday, so I'm going to celebrate. Now, I know it sounds strange, and some of you say, Rev, biased with January. I'm not biased with January. That's pretty much. Every month, I ask you, okay, come on now. If you can't find enough Jesus in you to celebrate from February to December, I ain't looking for you to help me with January. I got January covered. Because if God give me the health and strength to see another year, and nobody tells him thank you, I'm going to say thank you for bringing me through. Now, just like I said in the temple, there's some haters who don't want to celebrate their stuff. And they don't want you to celebrate your stuff. All I got is a few words for you. Nah. Let me stay in the spirit. Let me say this, guy. Y'all stay focused. That in